This is John, a fellow living here in South Asia 100,000 years ago. At first, John didn't have fire. Once he discovered fire, he started using it for heat and cooking, but then things in the cave got smoky. John moved into a hut where the smoke was no longer his biggest worry. Soon, things around John started to develop. Buildings got bigger, factories were built, but then smog began to cover the beautiful blue sky. Also, indoor air quality was getting worse with changing temperatures between hot and cold. And just like everyone else, John got an AC unit to keep his house cool. All these new buildings and an AC, but the indoor air quality didn't improve. In fact, new kinds of problems arose. Normal living activities, taking a shower, cooking, and sleeping, forced John to open the windows to let the poor air out. Opening the window to get rid of carbon dioxide, humidity, and radon was not really working. Hot air, more humidity, and air pollution came in and made the indoor air quality even worse. What's that? Yep, that's mold, all right. Mold loved this new environment. And remember that window AC unit of John's? Well, that machine turned out to be an outright dirt thrower, filling the room with everything John wanted to keep out: humid air and pollution. Poor or no thermal insulation and attempts to maintain a comfortable indoor temperature was like throwing money out of the window. Things were not any better at John's workplace at the office of a big hospital. During the hot season, the office building was chilled down to very low temperatures. Even though the air conditioning and fan speeds were on max, causing an indoor windstorm, the air indoors wasn't getting changed properly in John's office, nor his apartment. The revolving indoor air with all that CO2 made John feel drowsy. He even got headaches. It was the indoor air that was making John sick. And John didn't want to be sick. John called eco-living. Eco-living knows everything about indoor air and has the means to improve it. The nice fellow at eco-living explained that rooms used to be higher, and all in all the air was better when the buildings were leaking and the rooms cooler because the concrete walls were thicker. With lower room height, improved building standards, and the modern-day air pollution, there are more and more problems in the indoor air quality. He also explained that in Asia, ventilation is not common in a lot of the buildings, and often the commonly used heating, ventilation, and air conditioning solutions recycle 2/3 of the indoor air, meaning you keep bringing back most of that CO2 and radon, and if your filtration is not sufficient, also viruses and bacteria. And if the humid air isn't well dehumidified or filtered, you create conditions for mold to grow, students getting drowsy, and workers not performing well. People don't feel well in this kind of environment. Actually, the entire building gets the SBS, Sick Building Syndrome. Eco-living uses products that are developed in Finland, where air recycling is forbidden and energy recovery is a must. The eco-living solution is called the Nordic Way, and it only uses 100% fresh outside air as the supply air. The energy from the building is recovered by the air handling unit and reused in the solution. This saves a lot of energy. Also, to make the air more comfortable and healthy, before it is brought into a building, it is first dehumidified and only then cooled or heated. Once the air is conditioned in humidity, it feels very comfortable, even if it is not cooled as much as in traditional air conditioning. This also saves energy and money. Okay, let's say it out loud. Not only is eco-living solution more healthy, but it also saves money. And it has a very low carbon footprint. The fellow at eco-living asked John about his workplace, the big children's hospital. John explained that they're using a traditional ventilation system. The air feels heavy and musty, and that air conditioning costs a lot of money that could be used elsewhere. The eco-living fellow said that besides making air healthier and more comfortable, eco-living's the Nordic Way HVAC solution can save up to 80% of operating costs when compared to traditional HVAC solutions. How about that? The Nordic Way HVAC solutions are sold in Asia by eco-living. healthier, more comfortable and more cost-effective HVAC solutions in all climates and in every building. How about that?